Hello, well, so this is a video that I am specifically recording for you so that I can showcase my skills better to you. So, as a personal project, I have built is my portfolio website, which is we are seeing right now. So this application is built as full stack Next.js application. And I've used Next API routes as a backend and abstracted services layer that is reaching out to the DB, which we can see from here. So here are the services that are reaching to DB, and all the API routes are under the API folder, which separated as admin and visitor. But I guess you're not looking for a guy that will build also a backend, and you are only looking for a front-end developer. So let me show you. By the way, this is all built by, not all, but probably 90% of the code is generated by Claude code with many plans. With many plans and accepting edits from those plans. So my approach in coding with Claude Code is to ensure that I am establishing the best plan that I can make. The best tactic that I use to do that is to ask Claude Code to make me detailed interviews. So Claude Code asks questions about the considerations and question marks that it has detailedly, whatever it is needing help with. So thus I can establish a great plan and accept edits, and thus everything will work as intended. So this is the admin panel where I can edit my content. All of my content I can edit here. I can rename my name, rename my title. I can change my CV. So this is also in the backend. I've used Prisma as a DB database provider with PostgreSQL, and I'm storing my CV files as well as the cover images of these portfolio items and the images that are inside in this blog post contents. So which one has, maybe this one has, I guess none of them has images within the content of the portfolio item, but probably there is one in my best friend's deployment. So this is my best friend's deployment. He's a chef and he put some cooks that he made before, and here, yeah, that was one of them. There's nothing in here. Nothing in here. Yeah. So the part after this bar is manageable as a blog post content. He didn't write much things, but I wrote some things about my portfolio items, such as in here. I can edit however I want here. I can write some more body content. I can make only this part title, only this part italic or bold, things like that. So this is how it works. Yeah. It was very slow because I'm using the free version of SPA-based database. So I've also implemented dark and light mode interchange, and it works seamlessly. So I can edit the contacts and etc. So I also want to show you another portfolio project of mine, which is called express.js. There I can this is not Next.js app, but this is React.js app. Since you want a guy that can build the front end, and Next.js UI is to build Next.js UI, we need to write React code. So I guess I can also show you this is as another example. So this is React.js code, and this app basically is for students, right? To study better, to study lecture notes better. There I can create a new source. I can import a PDF file. I can write some raw text here to create a source, or I can write a YouTube title, and it will automatically, in the backend, by the way, built by Next.js, and if it will automatically fetch the transcript of the YouTube video and will extract, will save it to DB as raw text, and I will see it here as a new source. So this is a source example, and I can generate an exercise set from it automatically with the help of AI. By the way, I can surf through the tabs, and it will not, a tab state will not affect another tab state. This model is totally special for this tab, and will not, as you can see, I'm not seeing that model in here. So let's create a set with 3 questions and test for the video. Type false, difficulty medium, and private. Generate. So after it's been generated, yes, I can see that in here as test for the video, and when I head over it, I can see the 3 questions that has generated, and I can see the answers. They are all true false questions. Yeah, this is the main page. Also, I got a lot of help from Claude to build this also. So in the code, by the way, you also asked how my workflow is when I'm working with Claude, working with an AI coding tool. So there is 3 windows. One window is the web browser. One window is the VS Code. If I'm working on both API and UI, I split the window half and half, like in here. This is API, this is UI project of this application. So, and lastly, the warp windows where I talk with Claude Code. Let's check our usage. I often have 2 windows, 2 open Claude Code windows. If I'm working for both API and UI, one of them is for API, one of them is for UI. But sometimes I work on same project with 2 tabs, right? So about the code, I ensure that I am having the best design and architecture. I I'm doing this by reviewing the whole plan of the Claude code has made, right? We have to, as developers, as software engineers, we have to. For example, in here, I'm having a layered folder structure, right? So I don't want any constant. To be written inside a component in here. Okay, that's a design issue. So every component, for example, one time I saw something like this that Claude Code has made. So it was making like this was the associated items row component, and it was also writing another component called associated items row content within the same file, and it's calling it inside this component. That was another design issue. All the components file should have only single components within one file. I also built strategy patterns wherever needed. For example, this is Xrelease app, react.js application. So for example, in exercise model, we are having, let me close all the tabs. We are having a field where it is enumerator, and the implementation will change based on that value, right? For example, an exercise can be multiple choice, true, false, or open-ended, and the implementations will change based on its type, right? So for that, I built strategy pattern. For example, for type, as you can see, the folder's name called type, I built a strategy pattern. So I built this strategy pattern by writing an interface for all implementations to implement. And for each type, we are having an implementation, which are strategies. But this is not the, this is the components. Yeah, here are the strategies, each implementing the interface that I showed in here, and each having its own implementations of the contract of the interface. And we are also having a factory that chooses the right strategy. So this function, the resolve strategy function, gets the parameter as the type, and that type returns the equivalent strategy. And in there, code can use the correct implementation without needing to change something in the code that's calling here. So if I want to add another exercise, for example ordering, I only need to come here, write another file, ordering exercise type, and implement and write a class between it and implements exercise type strategy, and implement all the necessary methods of it, and thus it will be added without needing the most important part, actually I should check out this, without needing to edit the code that calls the strategy. I don't need to edit here to add another exercise type. This is the most important thing, the strategy pattern for enumerator types. These are all. I hope you liked it. I've also had an experience in Upwork about working in a Next.js project that I have attached already in the proposal. Definitely check it out, and I hope we work together. See you.